For the first time in over 6 months, Arc Raiders has a completely new map, a new Arc boss, an Easter egg, and a blueprint that lets you fly. So here's everything you need to know to play it, kill it, complete it, and find it. No! At 4:30 a.m. this morning, the new Riven Tides update went live. I know this because once again, I was up at 4:30 waiting for it. It is once again very early. Let's do this. I immediately hopped in to try and find 2 specific things. The new Arc enemy, the Turbine, and the new legendary blueprint. But instead of wasting $150,000 worth of loot only to lose it to some new overpowered Arc boss, I tried something different. Even though it turns out this would be both much harder and somehow easier than I thought. We're gonna run a recon mission first. Turns out this would be the most fruitful recon mission ever. I spawned in with gear I wouldn't miss if I died because honestly, that's what I was expecting. And I tried to assess the general danger of the map and immediately found something troubling. Why the hell are they here? Once reserved exclusively for the Close Scrutiny playlist, the Vaporizer has made like the Shredder and escaped to other maps, which is less than ideal because Riven Tides doesn't play like any of the other maps. Oh good, they have a friend. The loot is spread out, and about a quarter of the map is beachfront property that I was itching to explore, but on my way there I decided to just loot a random container. I want you to know that this is not an editing trick, okay? It wouldn't be the last new blueprint I found, but on the very first container I looted, I found something that should have taken me days to get. Really proud of that mantle, by the way. I'd love to give you some data points for how to best find it, and maybe the comments can do that for me, but as it turns out, this wouldn't be as big of a blessing as I thought. What is this thing? Also, what's with the boats? More on the boats later. The blueprint is for the Powered Descender, and it's crafted using one item we already know about, a power rod, and one we don't, a turbine compressor. I assume this was something you get from looting the new Arc, the Turbine, which was correct, but with a new rare blueprint in my backpack and only one safe pocket, I first needed to get out alive, regroup, and try to kill this thing. Ooh, this is a new lootable container. There was just one problem with this entire way of thinking. The next raid I spawned in with my giant killer loadout, which I'd use in every raid from here on out. 5 wolf packs, 2 deadlines, a snap hook, cloaking device, raider key, a bunch of heals and shield rechargers, the survivor augment, which they changed and didn't tell anyone about, but more on that in a second. An anvil 4 and a hull cracker. If this sounds like overkill, trust me, it is not. So, where is it? This would be a running question for the next few raids because I still hadn't seen it. Thankfully, I got some information from an unlikely source when I found a raider pinned down on the beaches of Normandy.
Hey, they're the turd.
Oh, hold on. I should be able to get you out of this. Is it on the bottom?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a hull cracker.
Yeah.
This is Corrigan's 90.
I do too. Just have a hard shot.
And as a thanks for hitting this shot, he put me on the path to finding the most advanced and dangerous Arc we have ever seen.
Oh, nice shot, thank you.
Have you played this one yet?
No, it's my first time.
Same, man. I'm looking for this new Arc.
It's gonna show up like 20 minutes into the match.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like 15. I watched the video before I played.
That video was both right and wrong. Since I now had a few minutes to kill, it was time to go exploring. So I went over to the hotel complex. Trick shot? While I didn't know it at the time, this is where the new Easter egg is located. But when I got there, all I found was a vaporizer terrorizing the guests. Hello, friends.
So,
Hello there.
Uh-oh. Many hands made light work, and my gargantuan contribution was going to be paid forward because one of these guys was about to help me test some new equipment. You know, I feel like I didn't really contribute to that, but great job, everyone. The clock was slowly ticking down to turbine time, so I made my way over to the tallest point of the map so I could see it spawning in, got impatient, and ventured down into one of the new crane rooms when I found a shiny new toy. A crash mat? Yeah, that seems fun. Turns out my new friend, Feet First, also found the new toy and wanted to play with it. What up? What is it? Was it a crash pad?
yeah.
Do you have a deep... Where are you? I just want to try it really quick. Are you down below? I found one too.
I'm on the other side of the stairs.
Oh, nice.
Let's have a look. Drag it down. And oh my god, it's tiny. Shit. I'm never gonna hit that.
I have a defib. I do.
So, 2 good things to know. First of all, it's absolutely tiny. Second of all, it despawns after probably 10 to 15 seconds, so you have to use it really quickly.
Yeah.
Like you have to throw it and then jump. You can't just throw it by 5 minutes later. Shit, that's not very good.
I tend to agree with his assessment, which was another big reason I wanted to get this Turbine Assessor. The playlist would switch over to a night raid, and logic would dictate this means more danger. Shut up, Tianwen. So I made my way over to the Port Authority building to loot because, once again, I had some time to kill. Plus, I had another new toy. This is the Dockmaster's detector. I guess we'll try it? And it's the Arc Raider's equivalent of a metal detector. You can get it in one of two ways. Either you get lucky and find it in loot, or you play enough of the game that you get it as a reward. It's supposed to help you find buried treasure, which is sick, but for some reason it wasn't working. Am I crazy or is this thing bugged? I'd stumbled around for a few minutes and had promptly given up when its use became clear thanks to Open Dan Orr.
Yo, brother, do you know if the dockmaster detectors work in the night?
That's what I was just trying to use. Have you used them before in the day?
Yeah, I used to during the day, and they were just littered everywhere in the sand, and I haven't found a single, like, not even a yellow signal, not even a faint signal.
Oh, so you get like a signal on it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a yellow light, and then the closer you get to it, the more it turns, like, it starts going quicker, and then it'll turn green, and then it'll like blink, and it'll be like a dig, like, E thingy that you can just dig into the ground, but it seems like in night raid, there's nothing. I don't know.
Damn, that's what I was banking on. Shoot.
Yeah, if you go to a day raid, though, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll find it, like, immediately.
All right, bet. That's what I'm gonna do. Good luck, man. Yeah, so that's what I did. There's a new map condition called Beachcombing. So after applying my SPF 50, it was time to see if Open Dan Orr was telling the truth. It's not like I was trying to take on side quests because I still had a singular focus of getting this new anti-gravity device. But in my head, I had a free 15 minutes to play with to start each raid, which was helpful because it turns out digging for buried treasure is quite relaxing. I am genuinely enjoying this. Like a snap hook or cloaking device, the Dockmaster detector is limited in its use and tends to run out of battery just as you're getting close. So I'd recommend breathing in the fresh salt air while your device somehow manages to recharge despite not having access to electricity, and then getting back to it. Once you finally hone in on the booty hole, you have to dig like a dog in the sand. You know, I really would have preferred a shovel. The first thing I found was a gun case, which had fine loot in it. Neat, I guess? They really are all over the place, and while there is some competition for them, I didn't run into a lot of people trying it, which, you know, maybe because they don't know how to do it, which I suppose will change after this video. You want a Torrente? So far, the update had been pretty smooth sailing for me. Good luck, my friend. Unfortunately,
Thanks, Raider.
that was all about the change. I'd read the patch notes and knew there were a few other blueprints out there just waiting to be found. So I went back in with my giant killer loadout and used my 15 free minutes to find some. Aside from the boats, the blueprint spawn rate seems fairly high at the moment, so it's probably a good idea to get in there before they change them. Wait, what is this for? This is the new white flag blueprint, which thankfully found its way immediately to my safe pocket. We'll use it here in a couple of minutes, but first I need to tell you all about a secret change they made to everyone's favorite augment because, well, it might not be anymore. I found myself on the wrong end of a rocketeer and had gone down. It's okay, I have Survivor. It was not, in fact, okay. Prior to this patch, you could spam your W key and do the toot, scoot, and boogie all the way to exfil, barely depleting your stamina and at worst, causing you a mild inconvenience. With this update, they decided that isn't allowed anymore. This feels like an uh-oh scenario. It makes sense because it was crazy overpowered and was essentially the key to eternal life, but not so much anymore. Hope someone has a defib. This 250-meter turtle crawl used to be light work, but now, like an asthmatic, I had to stop every few meters and catch my breath. Man, this kind of sucks. Hoping someone was around who had a defib and that the exfil didn't close before I got there, which it did, but instead of getting that revive, do you have a defib? Oh no, run. I just made someone very rich. I think that was a no. Admittedly less than ideal, but don't worry because now it's time to do an Easter egg and find the part I needed. I just made my way over to Arc Raider's newest 5-star hotel when I met Smeghead and Caillou. Have either of you found the new Arc yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. It spawns quite late in the map,
Okay.
but it scared the fuck out of me when I first started playing it. It was doing some crazy stuff. What are you up to otherwise?
That. Exactly that. You?
Oh, you want to hang until then?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I'm gonna go and need to get some more energy ammo for this vaporizer down the bottom.
I followed because, you know, what else was I going to do for 12 minutes and 31 seconds when Smeghead formed a sentence in the form of a question I never expected to hear in our graders.
You see the disco down?
No. You can make it disco?
Okay, right.
All we needed was a third, and we were in business.
We're gonna mess around and get disco downstairs.
Yeah, apparently we can disco.
Oh yeah. I saw pictures of the disco ball.
I think we need something to repair it. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, it could be like random stuff or something.
Oh, kind of like the loot room over in Dam.
Yeah. Very similar.
Thankfully, it's not as hard. In total, you need 3 items. If they're random or not, I'm not sure. But again, the comment section on this channel is the greatest source of knowledge on the internet. So, you know, subscribe and make sure you're part of it. Okay. We also needed wires and a battery, which don't feel random because we were essentially repairing tech equipment, but also aren't things you usually have just laying around in your backpack. And while we were looking for them, I found something else about this hotel. Boy, there's a lot of hotel key cards. I'm still looking for my first key, so let me know if you find any good spots. We'd found all the necessary components, and since we still had a few minutes until the Turbine touchdown and tried to commit mass murder, it was time to party. This was a necessary team bonding activity, as the enemy we were about to face was completely unknown in both power and loot to all of us. So it's a good thing we blew off some steam and came together as a unit, because we need every bit of team chemistry to take it down and get through this generationally shared trauma. All right, now we got to figure out when this thing spawns in. Ready for a fight? Oh my god. This thing would be hard enough to take on by itself, so first we had to convert the entire lobby to atheism and eliminate the Sky God, which with 3 people was actually not that bad. Okay, step 1 complete. The next few steps get increasingly dangerous. Have either of you guys fought this before? Whoa. It shoots lightning at you? Turns out those lightning bolts also plant random mines on the ground. Undeterred by its lethality, I wanted to test a few things. Oh my god. I'm gonna see if wolf packs work, also if I can ride it. Despite storing over 20 for this exact occasion, I have some fairly bad news on the wolf pack front. Wolf packs don't seem to like it. The Hall Cracker seemed relatively effective, but this fight wasn't really shaping up the way I thought it would, because the Turbine doesn't behave like a normal arc. Usually, when you shoot at something big and scary, you get chased by that thing that's big and scary. But the Turbine was actually backing off, which I think lulled me into a false sense of security. Oh, they're really just lobbing them now? Because I was growing more confident by the minute, despite the sound of electrified projectiles whizzing past my head. Wow, those mess you up! So, obviously, it was time to get humbled. Oh, no! After I was resuscitated, it was time to start chasing it. Thank you. Because the loot at the end of this terrifying and electric rainbow was the key to crafting my new blueprint, and I wasn't about to let that slip away. Oh, it just went down. The foot race was on. Okay, that's pretty cool. And when I got there, I was worried I picked the wrong piece to start looting on. Oh no, is this gonna be like the vaporizer where it's like one thing spawns? Nope. Each turbine actually has a few cores in it, and I was about to get lucky. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I've come too far to get murked for this. If you strike out on loot, do not worry, because multiple turbines spawn in, giving you another chance if you've got the balls to take it. Once I was safely back in Speranza, it was time to test this thing out. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Was it all worth it? And folks, let me tell you. Yeah, it seemed pretty worthwhile to me. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty useful.